June 6, 2023. We're here at the site of the 2023 TNL semifinals, the final four. Two heavyweight bouts on the docket tonight. Game number one, tipping off at approximately 8 o'clock. We have Team Joey Dayon taking on Team Deal. Now, it's important to note that Team Dayon had an opportunity. They won the coin toss to pick their opponent, and they chose Deal. And word in the locker room that Jamie Dweck is not too thrilled with this pick. He feels disrespected. The veteran said Team Deal is going to come out with a fury, and let's see how Team Deal comes out to play. So, important game notes heading into tonight's matchup. We have Team Joey Dayon dominated the season series 2-0, which is one of the reasons why they chose Team Deal. And then we have Joey Dayon's first game back in 6 weeks. So now his team has gone 4-1 in his absence. So now Team Joey Dayon, they're going to have to regain that chemistry that they had early on in the season. But obviously they played really well without him. It's a really nice group of guys. They know how to adapt, but getting their team captain here in the semis is definitely something to watch. Big matchup that we also should keep our eyes on is the matchup of Yoni Valinsky versus Nathan Beebe. So far in their early careers, Yoni does have Beebe's number. This is Joey Dayon's first playoff game since he went back-to-back championship winning, since he was a back-to-back champion in December of 2019. So it's a long time coming. He's been fighting to get his way back. He was irrelevant over the last few seasons, but he's back here in the Final Four looking to get back to the ship. Now, Deal is going for their third title in 4 years. That's a very big accomplishment, and they're calling this the Deal Dynasty, and this is probably what we're looking at, the twilight of that dynasty. Will they keep it going? And if they do not win tonight, will it be the end of Deal as we know it? Mark Braha says, expect him to have a big night. He says last week was an anomaly, although he was great on the defensive end. He really was something to be lacking on the offensive end, and Mark Braha is primed for a big game. He's calling himself a big game. His wife said he's going to have a big game. The Braha household is all expecting it, and we all at home are expecting it as well. Now, the odds, right now, Joey D minus 4.5, and then Joey D, the money line, minus 175. And right now, I feel like the betting audience is putting their money on Deal. They're very clutch. They're just a really good squad. It's very tough to bet against a team that has cohesiveness for the last several years. And it's going to be a tough task for Team Dayon. They were rolling during the regular season, but now it comes down to crunch time. This is where the season is played, right here, right now. My prediction is they're going to go as far as Jonah Gorgian takes them. Jonah, playing alongside the fellow big man Yoni Valinsky. When he's going, when Gorgian is going, that team is cooking. And if Jonah has an off night, they're going to be off. And I think Jonah's going to come out strong tonight. And I take Team Dayon, and I don't want to call it an upset. They are the higher seed, but Team Dayon to go to the ship.
Welcome back, Captain Joe D. Joe, it's been a 5-week hiatus. Some say that you were milking the injury because you wanted to get really right, because your team was rolling without you. Yeah. I mean, that might be me that's saying that, but
cut the video.
No cutting the video. This is no kissing. Joe D, are you worried about chemistry after watching your team roll without you?
Not worried at all, honestly. I just gotta go out there, play my game. A lot of the boys have just told me, be yourself, play your game, and help us win. So I think the team is great. The only way we don't pull it out tonight is if we're all not on the same page, but I think we'll be fine. We had enough games together, so I'm excited, honestly.
What do you have to say about Jamie being disrespected that you chose to play him?
That's what the greats do. They get up for the big games. They don't like to be picked on or called upon, but for us it wasn't a Jamie thing or a Deal thing. It was just about how we felt we match up and what's going to be the best chance for us to move on.
I mean, if you guys could be the end of the Deal dynasty, that's a big accomplishment in itself. Obviously getting yourself back to the ship, first time in, it seems like forever. But Joe, we wish you all the luck tonight.
They have 2, I have 2, so
something's got to give.
3, yeah.
All right, good luck tonight. Capitan, Mr. Mark Braha, strolling in moments before tip-off. Mark, let's talk about you guys being disrespected and them choosing you. I know they beat you 2-0, but you are the Deal Dynasty, Mark. Give me some thoughts.
I think we all expected this decision. I think that they made the right decision because they beat us single-handedly over by 20 points, I would say, both games. So they should feel very confident going in. Even though I agree with the decision, I think they also made a mistake in the sense that they really underestimating our veteranship on the team. I think they don't know what they have coming for them tonight. They need to probably adjust the game plan because we did watch a lot of film and we did get stretched out this week and we will have a good game tonight. So if they're going to beat us, they got to be 10 times better than how they were the previous 2 games.
Small question for you. How are you watching film without Joey Dayon? Was that difficult? Is it a different team that you're watching?
I think defensively they were better without Joey Dayon. And so, you know, especially picking and selecting guys that shut down certain people on our team. But I think offensively they're better, defensively they're a liability now.
Well, they didn't have BB either.
Right, you guys were missing BB.
And Max.
And Max, right.
Yes.
Big losses. Now, finally, one last question. Just want to confirm, your wife actually told me you're guaranteed locked to score 25-plus points tonight.
That's fake news. That's
fake news.
That's fake news.
Okay.
I will play well tonight, that I'll tell you.
All right, good luck, Mark, tonight. Winner goes to the ship. Will the Deal Dynasty advance and live to see another day, as we say?
Yes.
Or is tonight the end of the Deal Dynasty? Only
The
time
answer
will
is
tell.
yes.
Yes to both. All right, I'll see you later, Mark. With Shmuel Sam Dayon. Not often do we have Dayon on the outside looking in come Final Four time. However, Shmuel, give us your take on tonight's matchups. Tell us how you're feeling after last week's defeat. And yeah, just talk to us. I would love to hear from you.
First things first, don't take this Deal team easy. We might have a little too much. This team is, they define logic. You know, they're old, but they're fighters, and they seemed younger than us last week.
You haven't gotten over the loss, it seems like.
I haven't gotten over my loss last season. I haven't gotten over the loss this season. That's what makes winning awesome. It's a really good matchup. This team, Joey D's team, they're 2-0 against Deal. Look, I always bet on my boy Jonah.
So that's you're taking Joe D in game 1 versus Team Deal, even after you said Team Deal is something that is really tough to handle. Okay.
It's tough to handle, but so is Jonah.
All right, so I think it's going to come down to what Jonah brings to the table. I actually spoke about that pregame. And also, if Jamie Dweck, the assassin, shows up tonight.
He shows up, and one X factor, if Sammy Shama got hurt yesterday, if he's good to go, it's big. If he's not good to go, that's ginormous also.
Well, I see him laced up right behind me, so it looks like he's good to go. High atop the Sephardi Community Center. We're here at the site of the 2023 TNL Spring Semifinals. On the docket tonight, first matchup, we have Team Joey Dayon facing off against Team Deal. It's going to be a matchup for the ages. Team Deal feels disrespected. Team Dayon getting their leader and their captain back for the first time in 6 weeks. Let's get this started. The starting 5 for Team Dayon is Joey Dayon, Sammy Shama, Teddy Shama, Jonah Gorgian, and Yoni Valinsky. And coming off the bench, David D. Simmons-Silhon. And for Team Deal, we have Mark Braha, Nathan Beebe, Max Seton, Jamie Dweck, Jake Braha, and coming off the bench, we have Elliot Beta. And here's the opening tip, and it's tapped and taken by Joey Dayon. Passes it off to Gorgian, and the semifinals are underway. Here's Sammy Shama. Shama squares up, hands it off back to Joey Dayon. Joey Dayon heads right, being guarded now early by Jamie Dweck. Hands it off to Gorgian. Gorgian, jab steps, dribbles right, crosses, pulls up for 3. Book it! Jonah Gorgian gets this game started with a 3-pointer, and it's 3-0 Team Dayon. Here's Jake Braha, top of the key, hands it off to Mark Braha. Braha being guarded by Joe D. Gives it off to Jamie Dweck. Jamie Dweck on the right block. Gives to the corner to Mark Braha. Mark Braha backs it out to Jamie. Jamie being guarded by Joey Dan all over him, backing him down. And it's hit by Gorgian, goes out of bounds, and it's staying the same way. It's going to be a side out. Here's the inbound. Jake looking for a man, gets it into Mark. Mark Braha hits the screen. Braha picked up again by Dayon. Gives it off to Jamie Dweck. Dweck goes left. Throws to the corner to Seton. Seton drives to the basket. Hands it out to Jake Braha. Braha from way beyond the arc. And it's a tie ball game, 3-all. Jake Braha let it fly, got it to go. We're all knotted up at 3. Here's Joe Dayon. Dayon goes up top to Valinsky. Valinsky, top of the key, guarded by Beebe. Hands to Sammy Shama. Shama goes left, gives to Gorgian. Gorgian goes right, picked up by Jake. Drives to the basket, the floater gets the touch, and it gets to go. And it's 5-3. Gorgian has all 5 points for Team Dayon. Here's Braha. 22 minutes remaining here in the first half. Braha gives to Jamie. Jamie guarded by Teddy Shama. Goes left, gets into the paint, loses the ball, staying the same way. Last touch by Team Dayon. And Jamie Dweck's here to inbound. Dweck inbounds to Seton. Seton pulls up for a jumper and it's pure. Max Seton knocks it up at 5. And here's Joey Dayon off to the races. Valinsky, top of the key, gives to Teddy Shama. Shama up top to Sammy Shama. Long 3, back iron too strong. Rebounded by Valinsky. And he was fouled. It's going to be a side out. Sammy Shama to inbound. Sammy Shama is coming off a minor injury he suffered yesterday. Let's see if that affects him any tonight. Gorgian bottled up in the corner. Gives it off to Shama. Backs it up to Joey Dayon. To the corner to Sammy Shama. Up top to Dayon. To Gorgian. Here's Dayon, top of the key. Gives to Teddy Shama on the right side. Shama drives left. Jamie Dweck staying in front of him. And he causes Teddy Shama to travel. Good defense by Jamie Dweck. Now Jake Braha bringing it up. Braha calling for a screen. It's there. Goes right. Jamie Dweck wide open for 3. No good. Way off the mark. Rebounded by Nathan Beebe. Kicks it out. Mark Braha lets it fly. No good. Tapped up and taken down now by Jamie Dweck. Jamie Dweck goes left. Blows by Joey Dayon. And a foul is called on the bump. And it's going to be a side out. Both teams look ready to play here early on. 5-all with 20 minutes remaining here in the first half. Here's Nathan Beebe. Beebe gets baseline, throws it up and in. Strong move from Nathan Beebe. Gets position underneath and uses the glass to perfection. Joey Dayon trying to force him right, gets left. Rebounded by Teddy Shama, and he's fouled on his way up, and he heads to the line for 2 free throws. Nice to see Joey Dayon be aggressive there, driving to the hoop, and Teddy Shama there for the strong rebound. Now headed to the line for 2 free throws, trying to tie this game up. Shama's first free throw up is good. The score is 7-6 with 19:20 remaining here in the first half. Shama's free throw up, no good. Back iron too strong. Rebounded by Jake Braha. Braha throws it up ahead to Mark. Mark loses the handle, steps out of bounds, and it's headed the other way. Dan gets it into Shama. Shama calling out some offensive plays, acting as the point guard. And it's deflected by Seton. And it's going to be a side out. Shama to inbound. Looking for a man, gets it into Gorgian. Gorgian waiting for Valinsky to cut. Gorgian goes right. Ball's knocked out of his hands and picked up by Jamie Dweck. Jamie Dweck Backing down Dayon, swings it out to Jake Braha. Braha, long distance three, bang! Jake Braha feeling it here early, and the score is 10-6. This veteran team deal, plays a complete different brand of ball than Team Dayon. Let's see which way prevails. There's Sammy Shama, top of the key. No good for the three. Rebounded by Nathan Beebe. Team deal, more of a methodical playing team, more of a half-court set offense as opposed to a run and gun offense. And nice move to the basket, no good. Rebounded by Gorgian. Gorgian throws it up ahead to Valinsky. Valinsky pulls up. Two-pointer is good. Yoni Valinsky, with no hesitation on that jumper, gets it to go, pulling within two. Here's Braha. Gives it off to Seton. Ever since they inserted Max Seton into the lineup, it's a completely different team, and Jamie missed the three. And here's Joe Dayon. They can tie or take the lead. Dayon in the corner, takes a screen set, and a foul is called. Foul committed by Max Seton. It's going to be a side out. Sammy Shama checks out of the game, and in comes D. Simmons. Joe Dayon to inbound. Throws it back court, hands it back to Dayon. Dayon throws to the corner, and it's almost taken away by Nathan Beebe, but it heads out of bounds. It's going to stay the same way. Here's the inbound pass, gets it into Simhorn, back to Dayon, lets it fly from the corner, and he was way off the mark. And here's Jamie Dweck with the rebound, then bringing up the ball. Dweck throws to the corner to Elliot Beta, who checks in as Jake Braha takes a seat. Backs it out to Mark Braha. Braha pulls up for two, no good. And Gorgian grabs the rebound. Gorgian throws it off to Simmons, drives baseline, bounce pass down low to Teddy Shama, no good. Rebounded by Jamie Dweck, almost lost it, and regains control. Jamie calling out for a screen from Mark Braha, there it is. Throws to the corner to Beta. Beta, back up top to Braha. Braha goes left, throws up top to Beta. Beta takes the screen set by Beebe, pulls up from mid-range, no good, and a rip rebound there from Teddy Shama, and he hands it off to Joey Dayon. As Dayon gets it down low, and it's deflected by Jamie Dweck, and it's staying the same way. Last touch by Elliot Beta. Score is 10-8 here early. Teddy Shama looking to inbound it. And it's batted out of bounds by Max Seton. They're going to try it one more time. Dayon gets the inbound. Guarded by Seton. Dayon hands it off to Gorgian for three. Bucket! Jonah Gorgian. Big three-pointer, giving Team Dayon the lead. 11-10. Here's Beta. Beta on the right wing. Hands to Seton. Seton backs it out to Braha. Gives it off to Jamie, top of the key. Jamie. Jab step left, and he's fouled by Dayon. As Dayon trying to cut off that right side, but he was a little too overzealous there on defense and commits the foul. Seton to inbound. Throws it up top to Beta. Here's Beta. Heads right. Thought about a three. Gives it down low to Beebe. Beebe backing down Valinsky. He loses the ball. Regains. Physical play. No foul is called. Gorgian with the rebound. Gorgian gives down low to Teddy Shama with the floater. No good. Teddy Shama comes up with it. Throws it up. No good. And Shama up and in. Foul and one. Teddy Shama on his third attempt of that possession, gets it to go, draws contact, and heads to the line for a three-point play. Shama's free throw attempt is up and good. as Team Dan stretches their lead to 4. Here's Braha. Just called out a play. Gives it off to Jamie. Jamie guarded by Teddy Shama. Screen set by Max Setton. Throws to the corner. Elliot Beta for 3, no good. Tapped up and in again by Nathan Beebe. Nathan Beebe had a knack for the board. Got himself in position for the tap up and in, making it 14-12 as Yoni Valinsky, the recipient of a beautiful feed, and he finishes it off at 16-12. Here's Beta, guarded by Simmons. Up top to Braha, pulls up for 3. Air ball, taken down by Gorgian, throws it up ahead to Dayon. Dayon gives to Valinsky, swings down low, last touch by Mark Braha. It's gonna stay this way. Jake Braha checks in, Mark Braha checks out. Sammy Shama for Team Dan remains on the bench. Teddy Shama here to inbound. Gets it into Joe Dan. Up top, long 3, nowhere near the basket. Gorgian way off the mark, and here's Jake Braha. Jake goes right, pulls up for 3, no good. Tapped up and taken by Teddy Shama. Here's Dan. Throws cross court to the corner. Valinsky. Up top to Teddy Shama. Goes right. Finds the cutting Simmons for the lay-in. Nice off-ball movement there from Team Dan as D. Simmons cuts to the basket, making it 18-12. Here's Beta. Gives to Setton. Setton mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Valinsky. Hands it off to Dan, looking to run. Dan pushing the pace. Backs it out to Shama. Shama guarded by Jake. The cross, the Euro, up and in. Teddy Shama making it a 8-point lead. It's 20-12 with 11 minutes to play here in the first half. It's a slow start for Team Dayon, but they picked it up pretty quickly. And Team Deal has to respond. Jimmy Duet heads left, loses the ball in the paint. Asking for a call, bounce pass picked up, thrown down low to Valinsky there for the lay-in. And they take a 10-point lead as Team Deal calls their first timeout. Back out of that timeout, Team Deal down by 10. Just over 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Here's Beta. Beta gets it down low to Beebe, trying to back down Valinsky, and he's fouled on his way up to the basket as he draws contact and he heads to the line for 2. First free throw up is good from Beebe. Second free throw is no good, rims out. And here's Dan. Dan goes left, picked up by Beta. Now goes right, spins, rejected by Elliot Beta, and Beta's running. Throws it up ahead to Braha. Braha pulls up for 2, no good. Rebounded by Valinsky. Outboarded his teammate on that one. Sea of blue jerseys, and here's Teddy Shama. Shama backs it out to D. Simmons. Simmons. Finds Dayon up top. Dayon takes a screen from Gorgian, goes the other way. To the corner, Teddy Shama for 3, no good. And Shama crashes the boards, but rebounded by Beebe. Here's Jamie. Jamie to Beta. Beta wide open for 3. Bang! Big 3-pointer from Elliot Beta. It makes it a 22-16 game with 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Gorgian. Gorgian takes a screen left, pulls up deep. Oh, the answer from Gorgian all the way from Coney Island Avenue. Jonah Gorgian answers right back from way downtown, 25-16. And that's taken away from Valinsky. Throws it up ahead. Simmons, one man to beat, stops, and he throws into the hands of Braha. Jake Braha gives it off to Jamie, to Beebe. Contact, heads to the line for 2 as Team Deal is inching their way back into this one. First free throw up is no good. Second miss consecutive from Nathan Beebe at the line. You need to hit your free throws if you're trying to mount a comeback. And Beebe splits the pair. It's an 8-point game. Here's Dayon, under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Dayon slowly brings up the dribble. Waits for a screen, gets it, gives it off to Gorgian. Gorgian goes right, spins, up, no good, but he heads to the line for two. Creative shot there from Gorgian, draws contact, and gives himself a chance at the line now for two. Gorgian eyes the basket, free throw up is good. One free throw away of matching their largest lead of the night, which would be 10. Gorgian, free throw up is good. It's a 10-point lead with 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Gets it into Braha, gives it off to Elliot Beta. Beta, zigzagging, gives it off to Jake. Jake to Jamie. Jamie, sidestep, three. No, and one. Jamie DeWack heads to the line for a 4-point play. The wily veteran drew contact with his foot and looking to make this a 6-point game. What a swing. Jamie at the line, free throw up, no good, gets his own rebound, gets position, throws it out to Beebe for three, bang! It's a 6-point possession for Team Deal, and it's a 4-point game. Here's Dayon. Dayon goes right, stops, throws it out to Simmons. Simmons goes left, picked up by Jake. Gives it off to Valinsky. Valinsky out to Teddy, out to D. Simmons. Simmons gives it off to Joe D. Joe D. finds his way off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Mark Braha. Here's Beta, he's running. Beta gets to his spot, gives to Mark, hands it off to Beebe. Beebe backs it out. Gorgian all over him. Draws contact, throws it up, no good, gets his own rebound, up and in again. And Nathan Beebe draws Team Deal within two. It's 27-25 as Team Deal is on an 8-0 run. Dayon, poke loose, picked up. That ball was deflected, so it's no backcourt. And now here's Joe Dayon. Joe Dayon's fouled by Braha. It's going to be a side out. Dan gets it into Gorgian. Gorgian hands to Valinsky. Valinsky goes left, pulls up from three, no good. Rebounded Braha. They can tie or take the lead. They are on an 8-0 run. He throws it into the hands of Valinsky. Valinsky fakes up, no good, but he heads to the line for two. Well-needed possession. A defensive stop from Yoni Valinsky, and now he gives his team an opportunity to go up by 4 if he knocks down a pair. Valinsky at the line. First free throw up is good. Sammy Shama checks into the game after a long trip on the bench. D. Simmons takes a seat. Second free throw is good. Valinsky knocks them both down. And it's a 4-point game with under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Beta. Beta gives to Jamie. Jamie turnaround three, bang! Jamie DeWack, the assassin, makes it a 1-point game. Here's Dayon. Heads left. Jab step, backs it up for three. It's good, rattles it home. Welcome back, El Capitan. Joe Dayon answers back with a 3-pointer of his own. Here's Beta. 4-point game. Beta throws to the corner to Braha. Braha gives it off to Mark. Up top to Nathan Beebe. Gives to Jamie. Jamie thought about it. Teddy trying to stay with him through the screen. Gives to the corner, almost threw it away, and Beta for three from the corner. No good. And a foul is called. And Braha does not like the call.
That's a bad call.
As you heard it from his mouth right there, that's a bad call. Mark Braha checks out of the game, and Max Seton checks in. The clock continues to move. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Dayon. Asking for a screen from Shama. Dayon trying to shake loose. Up top to Sammy Shama. To Gorgian up top. Gorgian gets it off to Teddy Shama. To Sammy Shama. Shama backs it out. Hits Dayon up top. Dayon goes left. Double team there, Max Seton. But Dayon for three, and it's pure. Joey Dayon with back-to-back triples. As Team Dayon is regaining that lead. Make it 7 with under 2 minutes to play. Here's BB. BB pulls up for three, no good. Rebounded, taken by Sammy Shama off the deflection. Shama throws it behind him. Gets to Dayon. Cross-court pass to Gorgian. Gorgian, deep three, no good. Rebounded by Shama. Throws to the high-reaching arms of Valinsky. Up top now to Dayon. Dayon spins in the paint, loses the ball. Valinsky there to recover. Just over a minute to play here in the first half, and it's thrown into the hands of Valinsky, and they're sprawling on the floor, and it's headed the other way. Team Deal with the ball with under a minute to play here in the first half. Wild sequence resulting into a turnover. Jamie pulls up for three, bucket! Jamie Dweck with a big three-pointer, making it a 4-point game with 45 seconds to play here in the first half. Here's Dayon. Meandering about here in the right corner, milking some clock. Beta starts to step up on defense. Under 30 seconds to play. Score is 35-31. Team Dam with the ball and the lead. 20 seconds to play in the half. 12 seconds to play in the half. 10. Dayon makes his move to the basket. Up, no good, but he heads to the line for two with 4.8 ticks to go. As Joe Dayon looks to extend this 4-point lead. It took a while for Dayon to get cooking, but those back-to-back threes is a whole new ball player right now. Looks more in control, looks more poised. Shook off those cobwebs after that 5-week absence. Now at the line, looking to pad this lead. Free throw up is good. Second free throw attempt is up. And no good. Jamie with the rebound. Under 3 seconds to play. Pass the half-court line. Pulls up at the buzzer. No good. It's 36-31 as we head to the half. Team Dayon with a 5-point advantage. Second half underway. Team Deal with the ball down by 5. 36-31. Download to Nathan Beebe. Beebe going to work on Gorgian. Backs it out to Jamie. Sidestep three. Book it! Jamie Dweck cannot be stopped. And it's a 2-point game. And here's Joe Dayon. Back and forth affair. Dan gives to Shama. Shama for the answer. No good. Rebounded by Braha. Looking to tie it up or take the lead. Braha gives it off to BB. BB backs it out to Braha. Hands it off to Jake Braha. Jamie Dweck, ball back in his hands. Goes left, drives to the basket, gives it off to Seton. Seton backs it out to Mark Braha. Braha goes left, drives baseline. Finds Jake in the corner, throws it across court to Nathan Beebe. Gives to Jamie. Jamie trying to shake Teddy Shama loose. Jamie, top of the key, makes his move. And a foul is called before the pass. It's going to be a side out. Mark Braha to inbound. Braha gets it into Jake. Gives it back to Mark. Mark takes a screen set by Jamie, pulls up top of the key. 3! And it's a brick, but rebounded by Seton. Gives it up top to Mark Braha one more time. Jamie Dweck, jab step, goes left, swings, back to the corner to Beebe. Beebe spins, Gorgian stays with him, hand in his face, good defense. Tapped up and Nathan Beebe's there for the follow. Ties it up at 36. 18 minutes to play here in our first semifinal matchup. We're all knotted up at 36. Shama gives it up top to Teddy Shama. Drives to the basket. Contact and one. Teddy Shama heads to the line for a three-point play as Team Dayon. Every time Team Deal makes a furious run, they're right there for the answer. And this time is no different. And Teddy Shama's free throws up. No good. Remains a two-point game. There's Jamie wide open for 3. No good. Taps up and in again. Nathan Beebe skies in the air out of nowhere and ties it up at 38. Sheer power of will from Nathan Beebe. Here's Sammy Shama. Shama almost threw it away, and Valinsky lays it up, gets the roll, and it's 40-38. Here's Jake. Gives to Beebe. Beebe takes a screen set by Jamie. Spins. Backing down Teddy. No good, but a foul is called. And he heads to the line for 2 for the tie. Team Deal as resilient as ever. Just when you think you could count them out, they come back like rattlesnakes. They cannot be stopped for long. And here's the free throw. Is good. And Nathan Beebe for the tie is good. We're all tied up at 40. Here's Gorgian. Gets to Sammy Shama. Shama. To Teddy Shama. Shama drives to the basket. Up and in. Teddy Shama. The nose for the basket tonight. As each team is throwing punches, but both sides are responding. 42-40, Team Dayon with the lead. Here's Jamie. Jamie goes left, throws to the corner, wide open Jake. Book it! Jake Braha gives Team Deal their first lead since the opening tip. 43-42. Dayon being guarded admirably by Seton, picked up by Mark. Foul is called as Mark Braha trying to poke it loose, and it's going to be a side out. And a timeout is called for Team Blue as they want to talk it over. Back out of that timeout. Here's Gorgian. Gorgian, always a threat to pull up. Gives it to Dayon. Dayon, back to Simmons. Simmons, backs to Dayon for 3, and it's good. Joey Dayon rattles it home as they regain the lead. It's 45-43. Jake Braha. Gives to Jamie. Screen set by Jake. Backs off as Jamie told me does not want the screen. Here's Seton. Gives to Jamie. Jamie to Braha. Simmons fights through a screen. Backs it out to Jamie for 3. Bang! Jamie Dweck. The oldest man in the league by far playing probably his best ball of the season here in the semis. And a blocking foul is called, no basket. It's going to be a side out. Stamina inbound, gets it into Simmons. Simmons backs it out, Dayon. Dayon dribbles right to Gorgian. Long distance, way off the mark. Long rebound from Simhon. Gives to Dayon for three. No good. And Gorgian fights for the board and it's grabbed by Jamie Dweck.
Stop talking. Next time it's 10.
Here's Jamie. After that warning from the referees. Long three, no good. Rebounded by Valinsky. Here's Dayon running. It's a 1-point game. Dayon almost had his pocket picked, but a foul is called on Seton. Side out, gets it into Dayon. 12 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in regulation. Dayon backs it out to Gorgian. Gorgian goes left, picked up by Jake. Gorgian for three. And it's stuck. And it's headed the other way. Actually stays this way. Dayon to inbound. Dayon. Valinsky fouled. It's going to be a side out. Simmons to inbound. To Dayon in the corner. Valinsky sets a screen. Beta slinks around it. Gives to Simmons. Simmons drives to the basket, stops, and fouled as Jake Braha thought it was clean. But David Simhon. Oh, no foul is called. Looks like a field ball. A whistle was blown. I guess he retracted. Here's Beta. Gives to Jamie. To Braha. Braha fights his way to the basket. Gives it out to Beebe. Runs over Dayon. And a foul is called on Joey Dayon. Questionable whistle. Jake to inbound. Gets it into Jamie in the corner. Jamie. Guarded by Shama. Jamie drives left, picked up by Simmons, in and out of the hands of Elliot Beta, and it's a turnover. Here's Braha, Beta, to the corner, Dayon, three, no good. Valinsky with the rebound, swings to Dayon, and a whistle is blown, and there's the foul. Inbounded to Dayon, Dayon drives baseline, up, no good. Looking for a call, nothing there, and here's Jake. Been a scoring drought on both teams for quite some time. Here's Seton. Gives to Beebe. Beebe to Jamie. Jamie being doubled to Beta, backs it out to Braha. Braha finds some space. Bounce pass to Beebe. Shot clock winding down, and he lays it up and in as Team Deal extends their lead to 3 as the shot clock has been turned on. 48-45. Here's Gorgian. Gives to Valinsky. Valinsky takes the screen. Nice pass down low to Shama. Nice give and go, and it's 48-47 with 9 minutes to play here in the semifinals. Here's Jamie. Throws down low to Beebe. Beebe gets position and one. contact, throws it up and in as BB looks to make it a 4-point game. Free throws up is good. And his team deals largest lead of the night in 4. Here's Dayon. Let's see how they respond. Dayon gives it up top to Valinsky. Valinsky, long 3, no good. Rebounded, scramble for the ball, and it's headed the other way. It's going to team deal with 8 minutes to play here in regulation. Oh, they're giving it to Valinsky. Dayon's ball. Here's Dayon, drives to the basket, flips it up and in. Big bucket there from Team Dayon, making it a 2-point game. Here's Beta. Gives to Jamie. Jamie to BB, down low, Beta, extra pass to Seton for the land. Beautiful ball movement from Team Deal. Here's Gorgian, throws it up ahead to Dayon. Down by 4 with the ball. Dayon pulls up, no good, short. Rebounded by Shama. Up top to Dayon, to the corner to Simmons for 3. No good, air ball. And it's a jump ball. And timeout is called from Team Dayon. Out of that timeout, 53-49, under 7 minutes to play. Here's Beta, top of the key, crosses the center logo. BB gives it off to Seton. Seton backs it out to Jamie for 3, no good. Rebounded by Valinsky. Gives to Dayon. Dayon, pacing the offense. Gives to Valinsky. Valinsky backs it out to Shama. Shama drives to the basket, and it's last touch by Teddy Shama, and it's headed to Team Deal. Clock is winding down, 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in regulation. You think Team Dan regrets picking Team Deal right now? What a tough matchup they are. And here's BB backing down Shama. Gets position, fades up, no good. Tapped up by Seton, taken down by Sammy Shama. And Valinsky has the ball in the corner. Valinsky gives it off to Gorgian. Gorgian explodes to the basket, flips it up and in. Jonah Gorgian pulls Team Dan within 2. And here's Jamie. Jamie heads right, picked up by Dayon. Backing him down from the 3-point line. Nice bounce pass, no look to Seton. Seton stops, gives it out to BB. Shot clock at 5. Passed it off, Braha for 3, no good. Rebounded by Shama. Shama lost the dribble, regains, pass down low, up, no good. Rebounded by Nathan Beebe, and gets it in. Elliot Beta. Beta taken away by Valinsky. Valinsky up and in. Yoni Valinsky ties it up at 53 with under 5 minutes to play. Here's Beta. Great matchup here to start the semifinals. Knotted up at 53. Beta gives it off to Seton. Seton. Tough shot. Gets it to go. Max Seton with the scoop and score. Giving Team Deal a 2-point lead. Here's Gorgian. Gorgian has his pocket picked. Regains the dribble. Gives it off to Sammy Shama for 3. Air ball rebounded by Jamie. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Team Deal with the ball up by 2. Duet, top of the key. Goes right. Gives it off to Jake. Jake drives. Kicks it out to Beta. Beta swings to Seton. Setting. Spins, backs it out to BB. Shot clock under 10. BB looking for a man. Pulls up from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Sammy Shama, and he's fouled after the rebound's gonna be a side out. And it looks like they're in the penalty. It's a 1-on-1. The score is 55-53. Sammy Shama at the line. Looking to tie it up here. The 1-on-1 opportunity. Sammy Shama, that glue guy, always in the right place at the right time. Let's see if he can do his part right now. Free throw up is good. 55-54. With 3:42 to play. Shama looking for the tie. Free throw up is good. And we're all knotted up at 55. Thumps across the board. Here's Beta. Classic matchup we have brewing. Beta gives to Jamie. Jamie started out really strong. Hasn't really looked for a shot of late. Shot clock under 10. Here's Beta. Beta curls, finds daylight, gets it out to Braha. Braha knocks down the jumper. Mark Braha giving his team a 2-point lead with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Here's Dayon behind the back for three. And he gets the roll. Joey Dayon with a shooter's touch. And it's 58-57. Here's Beta. We're coming down the stretch. Under 3 minutes to play. Braha. And it's deflected and taken away by Valinsky. Valinsky gets it up ahead to Dayon. Weaves his way through traffic. Up and in! Joey Dayon making his mark here late as Team Dayon takes a 3-point lead. Here's Jamie. Jamie bounce pass to Mark. Mark swings to Jake for the tie. No good. And it goes out of bounds and it's headed the other way with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to play. Team Dayon with the ball up 3. Here's Gorgian. Gorgian with the crossover. Shama for 3. No good. Tapped up into the hands of BB. 2 minutes to go. Down by 3 with the ball. Here's Jamie Dweck. Jamie gets to Mark. Mark takes the screen for 3 for the tie. Oh, and it's in and out, but it's into the hands of Beta. Beta for the tie. No good. Gets his own rebound. Minute 45 to play. Jamie, deep 3. Oh! Jamie Dweck ties it at 60 with a 3 way beyond the arc. Minute 40 to play, and a timeout is called. Jamie Dweck, time and time again, coming up with a big shot, and tonight is no different. Minute 40 to play, tied at 60. One of these teams will be heading to the finals, and one of them will be heading home for the season. It's anybody's ball game as we're under a minute 30 to go. Here's Gorgian. Gorgian, off his feet, gets it into Valinsky. Valinsky, daylight up. No good. Rebounded by Jamie. Jamie maintains composure. The minute 15 to go, tied at 60. Gets it in. BB up. No good. Gets his own rebound from the corner. Jake. No good as Braha comes up with it. Throws it up. Back to the corner. Under a minute to play. Tied at 60. Jamie Dweck goes right. Bumped. And there's no call. Jamie is furious. Down low. Teddy. And a foul is called. And it's headed to Team Deal. 46.8 to go. Auspicious referee call right there. Team Dayon on their heels now. Here's Team Deal. Jamie with the ball, tied at 60. Under 30 seconds to play. Gives to BB. BB, some space, up, no good. And taken down by Volinsky. They call timeout. They have the ball. They can hold for one. 23.9 to play, and we're all knotted up at 60. What a ball game we have. 23.9 to go. Team Dayon with the ball. Shot clock has been turned off. Gorgian to inbound, gets it backcourt to Volinsky. Will we have a game winner, or will we headed to overtime? Here's Gorgian. Gorgian with 12 seconds to go. Gorgian setting. Here's Dayon with the ball. 3 seconds. Dayon puts it up. No good, and he travels. Team Deal with the ball with 1.1 to go. Joey Dayon dragged the pivot, and Team Deal will have one opportunity for a catch and shoot at the buzzer. They're talking it over with the referee, with their strategy. Do they have a timeout? Can they advance the ball? What is going on in that huddle? With 1.8 to go. Plenty of time for a catch and shoot, even time for a dribble. On the other end, Team Dayon, how do they defend this? Team Deal hung around all game long, fought their way back into it after falling behind by double digits on multiple occasions. And now they're in position to win it. They need one more basket. Who will be the hero, if any? Here's the inbound. Looking to get it in. Gets it into Jamie. Jamie turnaround three. Oh! Jamie DeWeck off the back iron. Had a clean look. Looks like they were headed to the finals after he released that ball. Would have been bedlam here in the center, but we're headed to overtime. 3 minutes were put on the clock. We're here in overtime, and the tip is taken by Team Dayon. Low scoring affair, 60 all. Dayon with the spin in the basket is good. Joey Dayon starting at overtime with a beautiful move to the basket, and it's 62-60. Here's Beta, as Seton is on the bench. Jamie goes left, gives to Beta. Beta heads right, pulls up for two, no good. Rebounded by Gorgian. Big stop there from Team Dayon. Dayon's running. Beta stays in front of him. Dan takes the screen from Simmons, gives it off to Simmons, and he gets Dayon in the lane. Nice extra feed. Teddy Shama for the lay-in. With 2 minutes to play, Team Dayon takes a 4-point lead. Here's Braha. Braha to Jamie. Jamie. Bounce pass to Beebe. Beebe spins, turns it over. And here's Gorgian. Gives down low to Volinsky. Up, no good. Into the hands of Simmons. Gives it off to Dayon. Team Dayon, 4-point lead, looking to build on this. Minute 30 to go. Gorgian fakes his way to the basket, flips it up, no good. Rebounded by Beebe. Beebe gives it to Jamie DeWeck. Minute 25 to play in overtime. Team Deal needs to start getting on the board right now. Picked up, and a foul is called. And it's a side out. Jake gets it into Mark. Mark Braha drives, backs it out to Beebe. Beebe on his way to the basket, and he's fouled. Oh, and it's an offensive foul. Joey Dayon planted his feet, took the blow, and it's a turnover. And Team Dayon with the ball with a 4-point lead. Minute play. Gorgian gets it in. Team Deal was oh so close in regulation, but so far in overtime, it's all Team Dayon. Under a minute to play. Dayon milking some clock. Just out of a dribble. Jitterbugs his way through traffic to the corner. Shot clock under 5. Gorgian to the basket. Flips it up and he's fouled. Jonah Gorgian heads to the line for 2 as he looks to build on this 4-point lead with 39.7 to play. Admirable effort from Team Deal as Team Dayon's in position to punch their ticket to the finals. Team Deal had an opportunity for the win, could not close, and right now it's a 5-point lead. Gorgian looking to make it 6 with 39.7 to go. Second free throw's up. It's good, and he makes it a 2-possession game. Gets it into Braha. Braha pulls up for 3. No good. Rebounded by Valinsky. And a foul is called with 30.6 to go. As Yoni Valinsky will head to the line as Team Deal is over the limit. Here's Valinsky at the line. Team Deal yet to get on the board here in overtime. As Team Dayon is on a 7-0 run. Free throw up is good. That's probably the nail in the coffin for Team Deal. Not enough clock. 24 seconds to go. Jamie pulls up for 3. No good. Tapped up and taken by Valinsky. And that's the game. Valinsky is fouled. He heads to the line for 2, looking to put him up by double digits. And there's the game. The referee calls it. Team Deal loses in overtime 68-60 as Team Dayon punches their ticket to the finals.